I haven't done a Monica Cooks video in a while, but I thought I'd get one done now because I just thought of a recipe that I'm going to create. So I just went outside and got some lettuce, and I washed this, make it into a salad for later. And then here I have some Swiss chard. I might go get some more, a little bit green onion tops that I just picked. I need to wash all this. And then I thought I would make a meatloaf. And then I'm going to put some sauce and roll it up almost like cinnamon buns. And I'm going to put Swiss chard in and cheese and onion and just kind of make a healthy meatloaf. So I figured you guys would like to come along with me. So let's get started. I washed my lettuce. I've washed my Swiss chard, washed everything over here. So I'm going to just spin this, missed a little thing. With the lettuce spinner. Don't know if I can do it with one hand. I'll show you how this spinner works. So you just hold the top like a lawnmower. And you just pull it a few times till all the water's out of your lettuce. And wow. So I'm just going to sit this lettuce, it's all dry, in the fridge. Actually, it could probably have another little spin here. And then I'll leave it till later. And I'm going to work on my salad dressing. So yeah, this is much better. Still a lot of water. Wow. Okay. So we can just put this bowl right on in the fridge and just leave it till later. Take my green onion chops and just chop them up on this little cutting board. And I'll probably put them directly in. I don't think I told you I was making meatloaf, did I? I'm going to put these right in my ground beef. And it's thawed out already. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, because I'm making this keto, can't really put any breadcrumbs. I didn't mean flour. So we've been eating it that way for a while and it doesn't seem to matter. So I'm just putting it, here's my bowl of ground beef. Putting it in here. I think I have enough ground beef to make two. So let's just get this chopping board out of it. Well, actually, before we do that, this is some Monterey Jack cheese with little bits of herbs and spices in it. So I think I'll cut it long ways, if I can. It was frozen, so it tends to crumble a little bit. So I'll do it this way. It's not gonna matter, and this way is easier and less crumblage. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? We want our cheese. We want to taste it. We don't care how pretty it is. So I'm just going to do the whole thing because I'm making two meatloafs. And then in my bowl with the green onions, and you know, if you have a garden, you know, whenever you pick something, the smell of the freshness of the food, as opposed to when you go to the store and buy green onions, and by the time they've been picked and get to the store and are continuously rinsed, they lose their beautiful smell. Well, those onions are, oh, so good. Okay, 2 eggs in. Here's one. And I'll show it to you in just a minute. I like to use my sink as my garbage dump for now. Then I'm going to add some Montreal steak seasoning. Just a generous amount. And this is lemon pepper, one of our most favorite spices. Takes everything up a notch, especially anything with the vegetables. I'm going to add some salsa in here that we have in the fridge. Probably about half a cup, and I'm just winging it, you guys. There. Anything with tomatoes in it is always a good thing. So here's how it looks. This is the meat, the salsa, the eggs, and the onions. So I'm just going to get this all mixed up. I'll probably put my hands in here and really mix it up because because I think that's the best way to blend your food. So I'll do all that off camera because hamburger, you know, you got to keep your hands really clean. So I've got some parchment paper on top of my clean cutting board because you know how hamburger and chicken and all that can be gross. So I'm taking the ground beef. I'm going to split this roughly in half. I'm not all about the measuring. Like, you know, whatever. One loaf is smaller than the other, so be it. That's about right. Take a little bit more. Sorry, the bowl's in the way. There. Now you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is just, with my hand, flatten this down. Try and get it into a rectangular shape. Try, if you can. Stop, Fitz. He hears me talking and he thinks I'm talking to him, and I'm not. He knows I'm not, but you know, he thinks he's missing something. So the first things I'm going to do is very carefully, well, I'll wash my hands. There. Then I'm going to take, should I take the cheese or this? Let's take the cheese, yes. I'm going to put some cheese in the middle, save enough for the other loaf. Because remember, we were crumbling it all up. That should be more than enough for the other one. So lots of yummy cheese. Okay. Then we're going to take some Swiss chard leaves. I think I might just take that little stem off and just lay them on top. Swiss chard or spinach or any of those watery vegetables, when you're boiling them on the stove, they just go to nothing in a nanosecond. So I thought it might be kind of fun to see what happens when you put them inside something. Never done this before. I'm just making this up as I go. So if it's a bomb, you guys will see me bomb. Okay, that's enough for the top of that. Then I'm going to take my lemon pepper and sprinkle it on top of the Swiss chard because this spice on Swiss chard is so good. And a little bit more of the other seasoning. Oops. And a little bit more of the other same seasoning we used. You can never have too much seasoning. Then I'm going to take the parchment and start rolling this up in like a jelly roll. Let's see if that'll work. In my head it all worked. It all made sense. Oh yeah, it's kind of working. Let's keep it all together. Oh, it's better if you use the jelly roll. I mean the parchment paper. Okay, that's it. Then you can push it down and roll some more. And try and keep it all together. Oh, Monica, you and your ideas. And then just kind of make it into a loaf. This is my, honestly, I don't even know what we're going to call this. Let's just call it Nana's Rolled Meatloaf. Yeah. So over here I have parchment in a thingy, loaf pan. And I am literally just going to put this up and dump it right in there and press it around. I want to make sure all the cheese is covered up. This looks, I think this is going to be good. I really do. It's got all my favorite things in it. Then I always put a little well in it, and I'll show you after I get the other one done why I do that. So here's the other one. Oh yeah, this has way more hamburger than the first. I said I put a little dip in the center. So see, it caves in a bit. I use a spoon or whatever. And then I always make my sauce up. This one is a combination of ketchup and the rest of the salsa that was in the jar. So I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons on this one. This way the sauce stays on the top of your meat. It doesn't roll all the way down. So you get the flavor of the sauce. So that's 3 spoons on this one. This one's the bigger one. And then we'll take this over here and put 1, 2, and 3. Let's make sure they both get equal amounts. Can you imagine how good this is going to smell? Talk about a yummy summer. And everything on here is keto. You can even have ketchup on keto. I used equal parts ketchup to salsa. So, and you're not eating like a half a cup of ketchup. You're eating whatever's on the top of your meatloaf, right? So we're just going to get these ready to go in the oven. The oven is preheated to 350, so we're just going to pop these bad boys in there. And supper, yummy. While I'm on the making things up, I'm going to make a yummy oil and vinegar dressing. Now, I took my chive flowers off of my chives, and they've been soaking just in white vinegar for about a week and a half, and so they turn that beautiful purple color. Isn't that pretty? And then I have this crema vinegar from Italy. My son brought it back from Italy, and it's very much like balsamic, but it's white, and it's kind of a lighter taste. So I'm going to mix those together and then see if they need something else. So we've got just a little bit of this, one big, super big squeeze. And then I'm going to add some olive oil. Good extra virgin olive oil. Try and put equal parts. There. Now I'm going to take this thing. I don't even know. I guess that's what you do. Not sure how to use this, but I'm pretty sure that's what you do. Yeah, let's try this. My finger. No, it needs something. I'm going to add Parmesan cheese. And again, guessing all the time, guessing. There, that's good. Let's mix her up again. I don't know if I'm using this properly. Ooh, it looks way different. Okay, can you guys see now? Excuse me, can you see? So I'm just testing it over here. It's good. That's lovely. That's what it needed, the cheese. The little saltiness of the cheese. So we'll just wipe that off and pop it in the fridge and serve it with our fresh leaf lettuce salad with our yummy meatloaf. Took these out of the oven, so they were in there for, I want to say maybe an hour. You can check to see, with the meatloaf, and they will lift right out of the thing with the parchment. So let's give this a little flip. There. See it? I wish you guys could smell it. I place my salad on the plate with my homemade dressing that I made. So let's just give this a little slice. See what happens. So So there we go. I've sliced a piece. Can you see the inside? Whoops, with the Swiss chard. Oh, falling apart. That's okay. It's still gonna taste nummy. So this is gonna be mine because Richard's not eating right now. He has to go to the doctor's. I'm eating early because I haven't eaten much today. So there, 2 slices and keto friendly. And it looks really yummy. Give this a little taste, eh? I'll try this cheesy part right here. And what's cool is the Swiss chard did not shrivel up like it would if you boiled it in a saucepan. So let me give this a try. Cross your fingers, guys. Hope it tastes good. That's delicious. And let me try a little taste of this dressing on the lettuce. That's really good. What a nice dinner. Yummo. Loving the chives and the vinegar. Loving the meatloaf. This is really, really, really good. Give this a try. Nana's rolled meatloaf or whatever I called it. Doesn't it look delish? And there it is on the plate, and there's our salad. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.